Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue the fifth poem of our syllabus, that is Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, it's really a beautiful example of the poetess craftsmanship. That the poetess Adrienne Rich, she is really devoted to her talent. She poured out her all knowledge, every intelligence, wits and everything she just poured out in this poem. This is really a very beautiful poem because Adrienne Rich, she was well known for his feminist, the people who believe in equal rights to women, and in the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tiger, she addresses the issue of male dominance. The poem brings out the struggles and conflicts a woman has to go through in the chauvinistic society. Aunt Jennifer, the protagonist, is symbolic of women all over the world who are victims of oppression of the hand of the patriarchal system, the male dominated society. Thus the poem illustrates Rich, the feminist concern every woman should have equal right as the male member of society have. Student, this is a very beautiful poem full of so many literary devices including in it. So let's start, and very first line of the poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers prance across a screen. Aunt Jennifer Tiger. First of all, student, I just want to tell you that the literary device personification is supreme in this poem because the tiger that is made by Aunt Jennifer, in her panel, it's symbolized, it presented in a manner of a human being. So many kind of word, like the first word, it's here, that's prance. The word second in your the next word that's in the third line is fear, and the last line is chivalric. All three words are mainly used for the person, the human being, in attacking position, the fear and chivalry, the bravery and the proud. All these words basically we use for the human containment, we use especially for the gesture of a human being, but these and so many words also are used for the tigers. The tigers that made by Aunt Jennifer, so that we can say that and the poetess used the personification for her tigers. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers prance across a screen. The screen created by Aunt Jennifer, she is making a beautiful panel that is a great example of her heart and creativity. So here she made that image of tiger on that panel, and they are looking a screen. Screen means the tapestry, the wall of the panel she has made. Bright topaz denizens. Topaz, bright topaz, because the colors of yellow. All a tiger have a strip over a body, and the color of the skin of the tigers is yellow. They are compared with the bright topaz denizen. The word bright topaz, it's used here. Bright topaz. Poetess use imagery. Imagery, how she use imagery? Because the color of the tiger skin is imagined as the bright topaz, the color bright yellow color. Any kind of object that is very beautiful and very bright of yellow color. So tiger, the color of the tiger skin are imagined said as the bright topaz. That is why we can say the poetess use imagery here. Bright topaz denizens of a world of green. The world of green. Usually tiger is a wild animal and it lives in a green forest, and here the world of green, it means the world created by Aunt Jennifer in her panel for the tigers. Here the world of green, the forest where the tiger live. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. In the tapestry, in the panel, she made the tigers, and tigers are unafraid. They do not fear. I have mentioned the word fear that is used for the tiger. That is why here is personification. her tiger really are unafraid. They do not fear of any man. The standing beneath the tree, they pace in sleek chivalric certainly. Chivalric, it's the manner of bravery, boldness, strength, capacity. The tiger represents their power, their strength, their bravery. They are unafraid and they are very bravely. They are just sitting there in their tapestry and they are in attacking position. Here Aunt Jennifer, who is dominated by her husband, she just wants to represent her inner strength in the form of her creativity. That is the tiger she has made in her panel. She never ever tried to just protest against the domination of her husband or the male dominated society, but right now she is just trying to represent her inner strength, her inner power, her inner feelings in the form of her creativity. The second stanza here start. Aunt Jennifer's fingers. Here also student, the chivalric certainty, the very last line of the stanza, here is used alliteration also, because the word used here, the word used, the chivalric, and the next is certainty. It's alliteration. It's alliteration device because the same letter C and C used here. It's alliteration. In the next stanza, Aunt Jennifer fingers fluttering. Finger fluttering through her wool. Finger fluttering also it's used alliteration. The word finger and fluttering using F and F again. And find even the ivory needle hard to pull. Her fingers are fluttering. It means her hands are trembling. They are trembling because of her physical weakness, because of her inner weakness, because of actually she all the life she has just suppressed by her husband. She never tried to protest and she always bear all the kind of dominance he just faced in her married life. And now her hands are not really capable to move continuously and her hands are trembling to make the piece of her creativity. Find even the ivory needle. Ivory needle it means हाथी दांत की बनी हुई सलाइयाँ, that is so soft, so easy to be carried and so light weighted, and she is not unable, there is hyperbole is used here, she is not able to move the needle made of ivory. The massive weight, the word massive weight is used here. The massive weight, also use hyperbole in it. Massive weight, it's used hyperbole because the ivory needle is looking so heavy to Aunt Jennifer because of her weakness of uncle's wedding band. Wedding band, because wedding band it means the wedding ring, and here the wedding ring is called the wedding band. It's used hyperbole. Sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. She is wearing the wedding ring not for her happiness, but she is wearing it. She just continue, she just fulfill the relationship not for her happiness but for like a burden. And she sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. She is wearing the ring like a burden in her hand. Aunt Jennifer is dead. Her terrified hand will lie. She is making the piece of her art and creativity. Even after her death, it will be remain. The terrified hand. Terrified, it means the image of the word terrified here. And Jennifer, who throughout her life she was just terrified through the dominance of her husband, still ring with ordeal she was mastered by. Ring with ordeals, the mastered by. She was just subject to be dominant by her husband, and all that time it was like an Agni Pariksha. She go through all her life. She always her patience, her creativity and her calm. Every time she has tested it out. The tiger in the panel that she made will go on prancing proud and affluent. It doesn't matter how she lived her life personally, but the image of the tiger she has made on her panel will always be same. They will always be unafraid. They will always be in attacking position, full of strength, full of bravery, and that is the power by Aunt Jennifer. Inner power, her inner soul, full of strength, full of bravery. So she is making the piece of her art because of that she want to represent her inner capability through this creativity. Students, this poem we have completed. Tomorrow we will read the question of the relative poems. You just revise it, and all the devices you have to revise again. Thank you. Goodbye.